Hello, today we're going to be looking at creating a data entry template. This video will cover creating a new data entry template and primarily how to add fields and components to the template. In order to create a data entry template, you need the Template Manager access right. To create a data entry template, go to the Setup menu, down to Data Entry and New Template Maintenance. This screen will allow us to see all the available data entry templates at the unit. The main view shows the available templates. These can be filtered by category and availability on the left-hand side. Right-clicking over an existing data entry template allows us to amend it, publish it, upload it to the resource library, copy or delete it, or export it to then be imported into a different System 1 service. And there are also buttons to allow access to most of these features up the top. We can also choose which data entry templates are active at the current unit by using the Active checkbox. This is particularly useful if we are making changes to an existing data entry template or have access to templates that we can't delete but still don't want to be used at this service. To create a new data entry template, click on the New Template button. This will bring up a new dialog with two tabs at the top. The first tab, Details, allows us to name the data entry template, assign it to an existing or new category, give it an icon, and give it a description if required. From here we can also set restrictions to ensure that the template is only available for use with patients of a specific gender or age range. The Design tab allows us to configure the template. The top left section allows us to add and remove extra pages to the template itself. We can also reorder any pages that have been added using the arrows. If we right-click over a page, we can then select the page properties, which will allow us to rename the page, choose the colour of the page, and set restrictions so this particular page is only available for use with patients of a specific gender or age range. We can also double-click on the page to access the properties. The right-click and double-click also works on the main template design. If we want to resize the template, click the black squares at the end of the template and drag to the required size. There is a limit to the size of the data entry template, and this can be seen in the bottom left along with the current size. To add a field to the template, we click on the Add Field button in the top left of the template design view. This will give us a menu with all of the available options. From here, we choose the required field, our cursor will change to a crosshair, we then click to add the field to the template. The majority of fields will display a Field Properties dialog when added, which allows us to configure a number of different options, such as any linked codes, whether the field is mandatory, and so forth. Once a field has been added, this can then be repositioned by clicking and dragging. Most fields can also be resized, again with the black squares on the edges of the field itself. The template design page uses a Snap to Grid function to help keep fields aligned. The grid size can be changed here if required, or disabled and enabled with the Enable Snap to Grid button. All of the available fields are added in the same way, so we can keep adding them and repositioning them as required. As fields are added, they will also be displayed in the template construction window on the left. If a field needs to be amended or deleted, we can right-click over the required field. This also gives us the ability to cut or copy the field, align multiple fields in one go, and access to the Field Properties and the Dependencies function, which will be discussed in a separate video. If we want to see what a template is going to look like when it's actually in use, we can use the Preview button up in the top left. Once we've completed our data entry template, we can click OK up in the top left. If we didn't add a description in the Details tab, we will be given the opportunity to do so at this point. Additionally, if this template has already been published, we will be able to add a record of what changes we have made. This isn't mandatory, but very useful when looking back at previous versions of templates. Our data entry template will be stored under the Unpublished Template section and won't be active until it's published. To publish, we select the Publish option, choose where we want to publish it, and confirm. Our data entry template will now be active and available for use. Thank you for watching, and for more in-depth information about creating a data entry template, please have a look at some of the other videos in the data entry template series.